Welcome back, Savages, to another video. In today's video, we're going to be asking AI what's the best budget office monitor it would recommend. I've only got 3 requirements. First one is it's got to be easy on the eyes. Next is office style. I don't want it to be a gaming monitor, it's just a monitor you can use for everyday purposes. In terms of size, I want it to be about 24.5 to 25 inches, and that's just because I'm limited by space where this is going to go. So these are the requirements. I'm going to put these into AI and let's see what it comes up with. After crunching the numbers and going through various makes and manufacturers, these are the 2 finalists. Now, funnily enough, both finalists are actually manufactured by MSI. So in this feature table, we've got the 2 models. Let's just go down the list of features and see which one's the best. In terms of panel type, both of them are IPS. The size of the monitor meets our requirements and they're both 24.5 inches, so that's good. Resolution is 1080p, which is fine. In terms of refresh rate, the one on the left is slightly better, but when you're using it in an office environment, 120Hz is more than adequate. When it comes to the focus, this one's more like a budget gaming one on the left, whereas the one on the right is more for a modern office and it's got a clean design. In terms of the bezel design, the one on the left has got a thinner one called Perfect Edge, whereas the one on the right is supposed to be a new generation bezel, which is supposed to be even cleaner. Another one of our requirements was eye care, and it says here that the one on the left has got basic eye care, whereas the one on the right has got upgraded IQ. In terms of graphics ports, they've both got HDMI and VGA. It's quite interesting to see that VGA is still supported in this day and age, but it's there and that's not a bad thing. Speakers, it says usually none on the left hand side and it says depends on region on the right. I'm not really bothered about speakers because I'll be using external speakers, so we should be fine. In terms of overall design, the one on the left is an older generation design, whereas the new one, it's a bit more modern. So the final verdict from AI on these 2 finalists is go with the E2 monitor if you want a cleaner, newer design, better eye comfort, more of a premium office feel and better long-term daily use, or go for the E14L if you want a slightly higher refresh rate, slightly more gaming edge, but don't care about the design refinement. So I've made a decision and I'm going to be going with the E2. So let's go ahead and order it and then we'll do a full unboxing. So the monitor has arrived, so let's do a quick unboxing. First of all, you've got the actual base stand right here in white, and you do have a cutout just here so you can actually park your mobile phone here if you want, so that's a nice little feature. Then you've got the little column that connects to the base just here and connects to the monitor, so you've got that as well. Moving over here, you've got the instruction guide. You turn that over, you do get a HDMI cable with it as well. And you've got the power lead right there as well. So the tray underneath is the actual monitor itself and it's quite well protected, as you can see right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this cover off. So this is the front of the monitor. You do have some tape just running along the edges of the monitor. You've got the white bezel and on the bottom just here as well. So let's just turn this over and have a look at the back as well. So this is the rear of the monitor and I've got to say it's a really nice layout. So let's just start with the right hand side here. You've got a hole cut out here for security cable for theft prevention. Next up you've got an input for the power to the monitor just here. If we move along, this is where the stand connects to just here. And these 4 holes here are for mounting if you want to go with that option. So right here you've got the AV options. You've got DisplayPort, HDMI, VGA, line in and headphones just there as well. One thing that really impressed me with this monitor is this little joystick on the back. You might have seen monitors before where you've got buttons just at the bottom here to go through the on-screen menus. Well, with this, it's all done with this joystick with a press in for enter, and then you can use this as a joystick to go through the menus. So well done MSI for doing that. This version's got built-in speakers and there's 2 of them, just one there and one right there. So I've got the monitor powered up and this is the on-screen menu. So first of all, we'll go into the professional tab. And you've got a number of modes, starting from Eco going all the way down to black and white. That's user, sRGB, anti-blue, movie, office, and even black and white. Then you've got response times, you've got normal, fast and fastest. You've got MPRT. You can change the refresh rate as well. Alarm clock, unusual, but they've included it. The next one is IQ check, where you can have things like checking the posture and seeing if it's at the right level for your eyes, and checks for astigmatism as well. and there's also screen assistance as well. Then you've got screen size, and you can choose the aspect ratio right there, and adaptive sync as well. Next up is image, and you can change things like brightness, contrast, sharpness, image enhancement as well. By default it's off, but you can change it and go all the way up to strongest. There's low blue light mode as well, HDCR, and color temperature as well. These are the input sources. Currently I've got it on DisplayPort, but you've got options for HDMI, D-sub, which is VGA. You've also got auto scan, which will just find whichever is the one that's connected. Navi key, you can choose your Navi keys as well for up, down, left, right, just for quick access. And then you've got some extra settings there as well. So you can choose a language, transparency of this menu, timeout for the menu that pops up, power button, what it does, off or standby, HDMI, CEC, information on the screen, audio volume as well. And then you can also reset all the settings as well if you need to do that. So overall, the navigation is really good with that joystick on the back, and it's quite impressive and pretty straightforward menu. So to summarise, these are the specs of the monitor. So just to summarise, in terms of office use and everyday web browsing, for example, as you can see right here, the text is very clear and the graphics are superb. So I would wholeheartedly recommend this monitor. In fact, I'm going to go and order another one just right now, so I've got a dual screen setup. So it's currently available on Amazon at a discount right here, so I'll leave a link in the description for where you can buy this. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, please subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you savages on the next one.